Awesome. Perfect. In the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, looking for a great match tonight. USL League One Friday night, Knoxville, trying to find some consistency. Tormenta, the defending champions, looking to right some road woes. It is Knoxville, it is Tormenta from Regal Soccer Stadium right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And a good Friday night to you. I'm Ken LaVicka, and let's go right to our USL League One standings. Charlotte Independence, top of table, had a 0-0 draw midweek with Union Omaha. Tormenta, there you see them sitting third, despite the fact they're sub 500. One Knoxville, one's across the board, one victory, one defeat, one draw. They sit eighth. Jake Keegan, Knoxville, the USL League One veteran in his first year with this debuting USL League One side. Keegan has wasted no time picking up where he left off, spent last year with Greenville. Keegan had the goal in the 15th minute in a 1-1 draw with Fuego. That was back last weekend, last Saturday. And Jake Keegan tied for first in USL League One with that pair of tallies. Now for Tormenta, Jackson Corey. He has made quite an impact in his opening season with the defending League One champions. Corey has a nose for goal, and he has been off to a hot start. He has been a nightmare for opposing defenses in the 2-1 defeat at Lexington over the weekend. Corey drawing the penalty and converting the penalty. Tormenta will try and get back to winning ways. Knoxville and Tormenta getting the weekend started right here on the campus of the University of Tennessee. We'll have starting 11, first kick on the way. This is USL League One on ESPN+.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Both sides preparing for battle. The defending champions Tormenta coming off of a road loss at Lexington, trying to bounce back. Knoxville trying to hold serve on their home pitch. Let's head to the starting 11, meet who we're going to see tonight. And we will Begin by taking a glance at Mark McKeever's 11. Jake Keegan, he is one of 7 players in USL League One with a pair of goals. He's at the top of this 4-4-1-1 that has been placed out there. No Ilya Illich in the starting 11 for One Knoxville. He did not play in the previous match against Fuego due to illness. He is available tonight as a substitute. For Tormenta, a 4-3-3 for Ian Cameron, and several changes to the starting 11. In fact, 5 of them compared to the 2-1 defeat at Lexington. Pablo Jara is back in goal for a team that has allowed the most goals in all of USL League One. Makwele Akale, he joins Keegan on the One Knoxville side with 2 goals in the arsenal so far in this 2023 campaign. Let's look at our University Orthopedic Surgeon's injury report. A collection of them for Tormenta. Basua, Sterling, Dangler, all out. Big hit to the attack. Thomas out for One Knoxville, fairly clean other than that for Mark McKeever's side. There's the whistle. We are underway Friday night, USL League One from Knoxville. One Knoxville SC taking on Tormenta. Knoxville 1-1-1, 1 victory, 1 defeat, 1 draw, 4 points, 8th in the table. As for Tormenta, the 2022 League One champions, they have 2 victories, 3 defeats, sit 3rd in the League One table on 6 points. Kickoff temperature 77 degrees. Rain in the forecast, but not until after midnight. This game should be well finished by that time. A frustrating one for Tormenta. Saturday in Lexington, that 2-1 defeat. The lone goal, Jackson Corey. He drew a penalty in the box, converted on the kick from the spot. Injuries, though, have not helped Tormenta's cause. I mentioned Kazea Sterling is out, had 18 goals a year ago, the 2nd leading goal scorer in Tormenta history. So not having him available for Ian Cameron makes life difficult. Knoxville able to win possession out of the back after their 1-1 draw against Fuego 7 days ago. Right here on this Regal Soccer Stadium natural pitch. Tormenta looking to go to work. Mason from his left back spot. He'll push forward fairly regularly, dispossessed from the ball. And we have our first foul. Hitting the deck for the hosts, Frank Ross, the Scotsman. There's a long ball forward. The flag stays down. The race is on. Keegan gets there first. Keegan look for support. Lays it off. Hold up a play. Left-footed shot blocked down. And it's nearly won back by One Knoxville. Now a whistle, and there's a foul. Danny Fernandez is called for the infraction, trying to keep Tormenta from getting out on the break. Our referee, Nabil Bansala, he's our head referee tonight, joined by the assistant referees Kevin Hewitt, Michael Meisowitz, and the 4th official is Sarah Gaddis. It is a beautiful evening here on the campus of the University of Tennessee. You see the Tennessee logo top right of your screen. This is the home of the women's soccer program, Regal Soccer Stadium. Mason pushes on to Otieno. Distribution wayward, and one Knoxville back on the ball. Long ball forward. A battle for it in the corner. Kingsford to Jay. He's the last to touch it as he was going body to body with Vanderploum. Vanderploum wins that battle, and one Knoxville claims the throw-in. Good fight up ahead. Vanderploum able to win possession. Played through. Who's going to get there first? The answer is Pablo Jara. A split second quicker than Keegan. This was beautifully done. Actually, Kelly was trying to pick out Callum Johnson. And another foul. Part of that front three for Tormenta. It is clear early on, looking to target him. 32 appearances last season for Tormenta, 7 goals. And Jay and Corey, with all of the injuries, the two most explosive players in the Tormenta attack. Jay was on the 2021 USL League Two Championship Des Moines Menace, coached by one Knoxville boss, Mark McKeever. Corey and Jay stand over this free kick from distance. It'll be Corey to deliver into the box. Headed out of play, and there is our first corner of the match, and it's awarded to Tormenta. Last season, Tormenta finished 3rd in the table at the end of the regular year, but then made their run, their memorable journey through the USL League One postseason, and on their home turf, beat Chattanooga to hoist the trophy and deliver Ian Cameron his first title as the boss of the South Georgia side. Low corner, read well by one Knoxville. Beautiful turn by Ross. Ross had Kelly trailing for a moment. Tormenta able to recover, punch it across the touchline. Capacity of 3,000 here at Regal Soccer Stadium. But you also have the unique berms that flank this stadium. Are able to retrieve that on a hop. This surface here in Knoxville is in phenomenal shape. And for a natural turf surface, it is a fairly quick surface. That ball skips along. Jay, step over once and twice. Pushes it with his right foot. An attacking third presence here for the defending champions. Makoto. Now Ajay. Ajay delivers the cross, headed away near the 6-yard box. Trying to save it from carrying out a play, and able to do so, pushing it back into the midfield is Johnson of one Knoxville. Tormenta has to retrieve, and they'll build up from the center stripe. Oh, that's well done. Nice touch for Ross. Ross had separation momentarily, but on him immediately, Jackson Corey and company. Oh, great touch on the near side. Perhaps something here for Waldeck, forcing a tackle from Makoto, and it'll be an attacking third throw-in for one Knoxville. Derek Waldeck, former Greenville Triumph man. And Jay concedes another near touchline corner. Quickly thrown into Villalobos. Was on the Chattanooga side. That fell to Tormenta in the USL League One title match a year ago. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL League One. Many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Miscommunication for one Knoxville as they're trying to work outside the area, and Tormenta will play out of the back. June and early July last season, things didn't look particularly bright for Tormenta, but had a strong closing portion of the summer into the fall, and that's what propelled Tormenta into the postseason. The previous year, Tormenta finished 11th, second to last in the USL League One table. Here's a giveaway. Back heel. That's headed down, and perhaps some damage done as well, as that caroms out of play. We'll eventually have a Tormenta corner. That was a point-blank cross right to the temple. It was taken by Jalen Crossler. He went down immediately, and Chrysler is going to be looked at by the training staff. Jalen Chrysler was with Richmond Kickers. So he'll get worked on, but in 2021, I mentioned Tormenta finishing 11th in the table, and Ian Cameron got assurances from ownership in the front office. Hey, just keep coaching, keep managing this club. He did so, got him into 2022, and the ultimate payoff, a USL League One championship. Here's the corner set high into the air towards the back post. A weak delivery into the box, cleared away without much drama. Hara did not start in goal in the 2-1 loss at Lexington. He is back in front of the net tonight. 12 minutes in, no real chances for either side here. Some room to operate, however, for the host side. Derek Waldeck, push it back into the defensive half. Long ball forward and well out of play. That sailed. And it heads right back to Tormenta. Right idea, execution not quite there. Here's Skelton. Sends it back to Sean Lewis, the former Indy 11 man. Lewis 6 saves this season, 4 goals against. This has been a fairly stingy one Knoxville side. The defense has shown up. It's been fairly consistent. One Knoxville on the attack. Their issue is efficiency when it comes to putting shots on net. Corey, nifty footwork before he volleyed it out of play. In the 1-1 draw against Fuego midweek last week, 20 shots, only 3 were on target. It's a lot of work for not a lot of result. Prior to that, 10 shots, 2 on target in the loss to Chattanooga. U.S. Open Cup, 13 shots, only 3 on target. And in Lexington, the win, that was their most efficient performance, 11 shots, 4 of them on goal. Keegan wanted to quickly throw it in, decided to wait for some accompanying help. Villalobos. Now Fernandez. Patient on the attack is one Knoxville, trying to look for an opportunity to probe. Perhaps it's here, Villalobos. Now Ross, along the touchline, a couple of step overs, clears some room for himself. Left-footed cross, right on to Hara. But a bit more aggressive there from one Knoxville. Hara, native of Chile. Year number 6 with Tormenta. 2018, played with Tormenta 2 in USL League 2. One Knoxville was in USL League 2 a year ago, beat Tormenta 2. But Jay's not going to get to that one. Played by Fernandez. And now Jay does get to it for Tormenta before having it taken away. There's a giveaway at the top of the attacking third. Tormenta, though, aggressive, able to win it back with Otieno. Otieno. This is going to be delivered across the mouth of goal. Nobody there to meet it. And one Knoxville survives that surge. The injuries for Tormenta, certainly frustrating and significant. Anytime you don't have Keziah Sterling available to you, that is going to be problematic. And keep in mind, Tormenta is, after tonight, 4 days out from a third-round U.S. Open Cup matchup. They've got Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium. I would certainly like some of their injured players to come back. That cross is delivered right into the chest of Pablo Hara. Throw in here for Tormenta. Nick Ikoto does the duties. Nabil Bensala blows the whistle. And one Knoxville out of the defensive half. Mentioned Bank of America Stadium. It's actually Mecklenburg County Sportsplex. That's just outside of Charlotte. That's going to be the site of the third-round matchup in the U.S. Open Cup. Long ball up ahead, and this will be chested on to Hara from Ikoto. Ikoto in his first year with Tormenta. 24 years old. He is a former Tormenta 2 man. Tormenta at the top of the box, Otieno. Inside the area, and again, miss-hit. Able to retrieve, though, is Tormenta. Bit of a cushion given to a J. I don't think he realized how much room he had to operate. Arquelle trying to distribute off to the left side. It's pushed back near midfield. Staying on possession, though, is Tormenta. Job not done yet. Otieno. This is pushed to the back post, and a leaping save. Sean Lewis. He denies Akoto, who had risen up to try and break the scoreless tie. Well, this develops slowly, but finally a good cross. And I believe that went off the shoulder of Derek Waldeck. And it did. It'll be Corey to handle the corner for Tormenta. Waldeck's shoulder is what kept Tormenta from taking the lead. And then a foul on the corner. Ryan Sierakowski draws the whistle, jostling in the middle of the area with Jordan Skelton. There is Skelton having a conversation with Sean Lewis. Skelton, no stranger to USL League One, was last with NCFC, North Carolina. Here's a good turn from Keegan. But once again, a delivery that is pushed right on to the Tormenta goalkeeper. The buildup is there, but the execution to try and set up a goal-scoring opportunity has not been for One Knoxville. Well, that's sliced out of play, and One Knoxville will be able to start hammering away at the attack again. We discussed Tormenta in their third-round U.S. Open Cup matchup against Charlotte. That'll come on Tuesday. Tormenta won in the third round a year ago, went to Birmingham and took down Birmingham Legion. They've seen some success in the U.S. Open Cup, USL League One, of course. Last year had a breakthrough in U.S. Open Cup play. Numerous cup sets pulled off by USL League One sides, deep runs. Waldeck got it onto his right foot. That's headed out of trouble. Here at the midway point of half number one here at Regal Soccer Stadium in Knoxville. One Knoxville, inaugural season in USL League One. The defending champions, Tormenta. Ken Levica with you on a Friday night. The season still in its infancy. Waldeck. There's contact. And the referee says nothing doing. Going down hard was Callum Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the contact, it looked like, took place regardless outside the area. Well, maybe not, but I don't think there was much there.
Signed jersey by tonight's captain, Jordan Skelton. To enter,
Dalton Knutson, who was the player that won Knoxville. The One Knoxville side was trying to convince the referee Nabil Bensalah had committed a foul. Here's Waldeck. He's been busy tonight on that left flank. Waldeck. Stutter step, changes speeds. Couldn't earn his side of corner. Defended well. Now a J. And Tormenta's just going to blast it forward and go chase. And the chase ends with A 1 Knoxville throw-in. One Knoxville headman Mark McKeever spent his week in Scotland. He has certainly been racking up the miles. He's trying to achieve his UEFA coaching license. He's in training. So Coach McKeever juggling a lot here, including a pivotal matchup tonight here with Tormenta. His 2 assistant coaches and his director of soccer operations, they all go way back. McKeever, this is fought for into the area, won back by Tormenta. McKeever, 19 successful years, Division II head coach at Young Harris. And his 2 assistants and director of soccer ops were with McKeever at Young Harris in different capacities late in his tenure. So he's brought them on here on his staff, his technical staff here at 1 Knoxville. Nick Jaramillo, one of his assistants, spent 2 years under Ian Cameron at Tormenta before heading here to this 1 Knoxville franchise. Ball deck to throw in for 1 Knoxville. And to take away, Akale was trying to link up with Corey, nothing doing. Akale pressuring the ball. No particular plan there for 1 Knoxville, and this is going to trickle out of play. Waldeck, watch that sail over his head. Free kick on the way for the visitors from South Georgia. Sierakowski took a tumble to the turf. One other match tonight in USL League One that begins less than a half an hour from now. North Carolina FC plays host to Chattanooga. Then the table toppers in USL League One tomorrow afternoon matchup. Charlotte Independence playing host to Central Valley Fuego. This is swept out of danger. Tormenta hangs on to possession. Heckenberg. Onto Akele. Now with Jay. Into the middle, it's just wide. Sierakowski had a point-blank opportunity, and he pushed it wide right, and he is in despair. Oh, a Jay with a beautiful delivery. One touch, and Sierakowski cannot believe that he missed. That was the most promising opportunity of the evening for either side. The young forward in his second year with Tormenta. His only goal of last season was in the regular season finale. He almost picked up his first goal of the season in match number 6 in this 2023 campaign. Vanderploum, Derek Waldeck stand over this. We've hit the half-hour mark here in the opening 45. No score, one Knoxville and Tormenta. It'll be Waldeck with his left foot. A tumble to the turf. The referee says no whistle. Unhappy with the lack of decision is Jordan Skelton, saying, I got my shirt tugged. I was dragged down to the turf. And a quick chat here between Nabil Bensala and Jordan Skelton. We'll see if there was anything to that. Well, not helping Skelton's case is that he also had a handful of Dalton Knutson's shirt as they battled near the 6-yard box. Skelton with that captain's armband. Looks like Akale may have gotten away with a handball. Ajay to the top of the area. Sierakowski near miss moments ago. Otieno. Is there something here for Tormenta? The answer is no. That shot attempt is blocked away by Vanderploum. Tormenta back at it again. Nobody home on the receiving end of that. And a nifty backheel distribution. Tormenta able to get back out of possession. Akoto. Knutson. And on the chase now, Davy Mason. Burst of speed for Heckenberg. Picks out Corey. Heckenberg again. Back onto Corey. Left foot. Just cross skies everyone. Able to retrieve as Akoto. He'll give it a go. And that's cleared away. Tormenta very much on possession right now. One Knoxville having a tough time staying on the ball. So Tormenta will once again go to work in the midfield. Dalton Knutson. Spent 3 years with Union Omaha, won a USL League One title in 2021. Union Omaha, they were part of that scoreless draw with Charlotte Independence on Wednesday. And we have our opening card, Ryan Sierakowski. The frustrations mount for him. Had what appeared to be a sure thing goal that he headed wide. And now a bit too rough in the middle of the pitch. And he's the first man shown a card booked by Nabil Bensala here on this Friday night. Came in late and clunky, challenging Villalobos. And Villalobos is still down. That'll allow for the water bottles to come out here. Again, kickoff temperature 77 degrees. We were in the 80s earlier today here in Knoxville. Temperatures will, before the night is through, dip into the high 60s with some rain in the forecast. But again, that's early morning here in Knoxville. Shouldn't affect any of the proceedings tonight. It is comfortable here in Knoxville. Some fans out on that signature berm here at Regal Soccer Stadium. Mark McKeever saying the community support has been outstanding. He sees the bumper stickers, the billboards all around the Knoxville area. There's a tangible excitement for this young franchise. What a debut last year. Their inaugural season went all the way to the conference finals in USL League Two before bowing out to Carolina Dynamo. And they made the move here to USL League One to challenge at the pro ranks. Villalobos is back up. He appears to be okay. He scored the first goal of this season. A penalty against Lexington, the first pro goal in team history back in the opener. Vanderplum will send this skyward. Headed down into the area. Keegan had a beat on it for a moment, cleared away. Tormenta able to track it. Kilwine was able to save the day before Keegan got on the end of that. But then a poor corner conceded. Mason was having a tough time judging that ball up in the stratosphere, and he, much to his dismay, handed one Knoxville a corner. So Waldeck will amble over for the host side. We're inside the final 10 minutes of this first half.
Fans, let's get on their feet for the one Knoxville corner to kick.
Waldeck looks on, a hand in the air. And he whips in this in-swinging corner. And that is punched away from the mouth of goal. Akale on the run. It's a track mate. Well played by one Knoxville. But the Tormenta pressure continues. Otieno dispossessed. Finally, the back line for Tormenta. We'll launch this to Ajay. Can he keep it in play? The answer is yes. Ajay, step over. Ajay to his right foot. And then could not find anyone on the end of that. A lot of work for Kingsford Ajay, and no result. You see Ajay going 1v1 against Waldeck. Got him off balance, and then nobody on the end of that. Jackson Corey was probably the one most likely to be able to put a touch on that. It was just out of his reach. It's played back on to Sean Lewis. Tormenta pressing a bit. Now here's Keegan. Keegan between two defenders. He's going to challenge Hara, who is not far enough off of his line, and into the pine trees it goes. Those are thick pines behind the goal as well. Good luck finding that. Keegan gave it a glance. Hara was always going to be able to get back. And he gets lost into the shrubbery. Jake Keegan came into tonight one of 7 players with 2 goals. Tied for the most goals in USL League One early in the season. Ajay goes down on the near side and a foul is called. 1 yellow showed in this opening half. It was Ryan Sierakowski who got a bit too physical with One Knoxville's Jimmy Villalobos. Cotto will retreat from the ball. Ajay. He's been active tonight, especially in the absence of Keziah Sterling. Corey. How to play it backwards. Kale at the top. There are 2 defenders, 3 defenders. It was on to Corey for a moment. This is still loose in a battle for it. Tormenta has it back. Sierakowski. Sierakowski gets it right back. Low cross. Defended well. Jalen Chrysler. But Tormenta just keeps on coming. Ajay, step over, one more step over. Right foot, trying to shimmy, working against Waldeck, and earns his team a corner. Waldeck frustrated, claps his hands in anger. Kingsford Ajay, a master class in possession there, and a set piece opportunity for the visitors. Here's the corner, punched away, keeper's down. One Knoxville able to come out of there with it. Waldeck, make that Johnson. Johnson looks for support. Good ball to the far side. Then a pass that trickles behind Danny Fernandez. Tormenta wasting no time getting into the attacking third. Corey has his shot blocked, and Tormenta has earned another corner. Putting a lot of pressure on the One Knoxville back line. Chrysler able to get his foot on that, keep it off of Sean Lewis's goal, but more defending to do. Jay taking his time getting over there. Final few minutes of this opening half. 0-0, One Knoxville and Tormenta. First meeting all time between these two sides at the pro level. Jay, a high cross headed down. Corey couldn't get on the end of that, and it's blasted away. Despite being under siege, One Knoxville has been up to the task every single time so far, with really not a ton of drama other than the Sierakowski miss with his head. Played through. Mason to the middle. Accolade, and what a save! Sean Lewis says no to Toby Otieno. This was headed on to Otieno. The flag stayed down, and Lewis somehow able to deny Tobias Otieno. Ajay with another corner. High into the air, headed down again. It's loose. And we had a foul in the box against Tormenta. 2 players are down. 1 for each side. Jake Keegan, one of them for One Knoxville. And the other appears to be a Cotto. Cotto went up. Looks like he might have caught a spike at the last moment as he wound up. The foul had already been called at that point against Tormenta, away from the play. Jackson Corey will help up his teammate. Now the two best opportunities by far coming for Tormenta in this first half. Ryan Sierakowski, unmarked, pushed a header wide off of a perfect cross. And moments ago, Sean Lewis denying Otieno, who was right in front of goal. Could not find the back of the net. Lewis will come outside the area and escort the ball out of play. Calmly done there by the goalkeeper. It is going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 3 minutes.
Our fourth official, Sarah Gaddis, puts up the board with the 3 on it, so we will play 3 additional minutes here before both teams head to the locker room. And Lewis blasts this away. It's been a while since one Knoxville had much extended possession. Jay. He's had a bunch of extended possession tonight for Tormenta. That is sidewinded out of play. Keegan offside as the flag goes up. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2023. Whether your club's on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of the USL League One action on ESPN Plus, the home. The USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. That's ESPN Plus, where you're watching us here tonight. Spending your Friday with us, whatever capacity you're spending it with us, we appreciate it. We are with you from Knoxville, Regal Soccer Stadium. 3 minutes of additional time. We've already burned through over 1.5 minutes. Tormenta, the defending champions of USL League One, won Knoxville, one of the newcomers to USL League One in 2023. That was not exactly aesthetically pleasing as Knutson was flat-footed, and one Knoxville is gifted a throw-in in the attacking half. It's been difficult for one Knoxville to get any good looks at Pablo Jara's net here tonight. At least through 45 minutes. Long ball forward, Waldeck able to chase it down, delivers a cross. It fell to Johnson. His shot blocked away. Wound it up, had good pace on it, couldn't make it through. Some late threatening actions from one Knoxville. Kilwine will push this over the sponsor boards, and there is our final whistle of the half. Well, Tormenta dominating the attack. A couple of really good opportunities in the opening half. Went by the wayside. One Knoxville finally in the closing moments able to put some pressure on Pablo Jara. But after 45 minutes here in Knoxville, it's the hosts and Tormenta unable to find a breakthrough. Halftime. Back after this on ESPN Plus.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Oh, that one a good strike, and he finds the back of the net. For Ownby. Ownby cuts it back. Ownby's cross to the back post. Dead! How about that start from Louisville City? Oh my goodness!
Back to Knoxville, halftime, one Knoxville and the defending champions Tormenta. This is a standalone game on this Friday night, but two matches on Wednesday in USL League One. Let's take a look at what transpired midweek. Charlotte, Independence, Union Omaha. This turned into a battle of the goalkeepers. Early it was Rashid Nuhu, the defending goalkeeper of the year, Golden Glove winner, ranging to his right to deny Charlotte's Miguel Ibarra. Then Union Omaha threatening on the attack. JP Skeers denied by Austin Pack. And remember that name, Austin Pack. We're going to see him again. This was truly an outstanding goalkeeping battle. Hesitation to the back from Union Omaha at the open of the second half. And disaster. Point blank miss. Charlotte Independence staring 1-0 in the face, but it was not to be. And that is where the late goalkeeping heroics for Charlotte would come into play. This left-footed attempt. Pack gives up the rebound, and it's dribbled right back to him. Charlotte able to survive that sequence. Dos Santos didn't get a good foot on it on the rebound. Then, in the final 10 minutes, in the middle of the area, laid off, and Dolabello is denied once again by Austin Pack. Pack was everywhere in this one. One of the best games of his USL League One career. And then this was the exclamation point. Diving to his right, point blank, and from his backside, this will in all likelihood be the save of the week in USL League One, somehow keeping that from going into the back of the net. Meza is denied for Union Omaha, and that ended in a scoreless draw. There were goals to be had, well, for Greenville. Greenville playing host to Fuego early on in this one. Lucas Coutinho, look at the effort. 1, 2, 3 defenders, the deflection, and the goal. It's not the prettiest goal, but from an effort standpoint, you gotta love it. Lucas Coutinho cashes in. We'll make sure we hear that name again later on because he would continue to make his presence felt. Late, though, in the first half, Noah Pilato for Greenville. Laid off to him. Top of the box, right foot, plants it inside the near post. Look at the close-in movement for Greenville. That is good offense, and it was 2-0 to the home side. I promised you Lucas Coutinho, and I deliver Lucas Coutinho. 65th minute. Coutinho with the steal. Takes one glance at goal, left foot. And compared to his first tally of the night, that aesthetically pleasing. That's more than that. That's beautiful and a thorough performance. Greenville 3, Fuego 0.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Oh, that one a good strike, and he finds the back of the net. For Ownby. Ownby cuts it back. Ownby's cross to the back post. Dead! How about that start from Louisville City? Oh my goodness! Oh, that one a good strike, and he finds the back of the net. For Ownby. Ownby cuts it back. Ownby's cross to the back post. Dead! How about that start from Louisville City?
News and notes, USL League One as we enter the weekend. The player of the month, Nil Vignoles. Richmond Kickers, an assist, 17 duels won in the month of March, 4 chances created in 2 matches. Good news out of Northern Colorado. Seatbacks installed at Future Legends Sports Complex. Hailstorm, they debut May 27th. And the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, 5 USL League One squads competing in round 3. And there's a look at them. Charlotte Independence, they have Charleston Battery. And then it's Tormenta going to Charlotte. Union Omaha pays a visit to St. Louis City after a quarterfinal appearance a year ago. Northern Colorado, Colorado Rapids, Hailstorm dispatched but several teams last year in the U.S. Open Cup. That'll be Wednesday. And then Richmond has D.C. United midweek round 3 U.S. Open Cup. Quick glance at the Week 5 Team of the Week in USL League One. And you have the Player of the Week, Green Lexington. Waldeck for 1 Knoxville. Keegan 1 Knoxville as well. Corey for Tormenta representing the defending champs. Now your USL League One scoreboard. North Carolina 2, Union Omaha 1. It was Richmond Kickers, Northern Colorado 0-0. The games midweek, Charlotte Independence, Union Omaha finished scoreless. Greenville Triumph 3, Central Valley Fuego 0. As Greenville getting back to winning ways. The upcoming schedule, North Carolina, Chattanooga, Charlotte Independence taking on Fuego. That is Saturday. And then Lexington and Greenville from Kentucky, Saturday, 7 o'clock. We'll be back. Get ready for the second half here in Knoxville. 1 Knoxville and Tormenta. It's USL League One on ESPN+.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
picturesque views here in Knoxville. One Knoxville and Tormenta have yet to break a 0-0 score line. 45 minutes left to go as we bring you back, getting ready for the second half. Highlights from the opening half. It was Tormenta with the better chances. As you look at this cross, and a big save, tipping it up over the bar. Sean Lewis denied Nick Akoto on the far post, and that kept things 0-0. Tormenta was at it again, just shy of the half-hour mark. Kingsford to Jay. Look at that cross, Ryan Sierakowski. How did he miss that? That's what he's asking himself as he pushed it wide right. Hands to head, can't believe it. Less than 5 minutes later, back comes Tormenta once again. It's headed down by Akale, and then Otieno denied on the doorstep. Left foot, and somehow Lewis able to kick save it away. And Sean Lewis for One Knoxville is the reason we're at 0-0. One Knoxville finally had at least some pressure in the closing moments. This fell to Callum Johnson, his rocket. That was handled before it got to Pablo Jara's goal. But One Knoxville putting some heat on in the closing moments. That was about the extent of it for the host side. 7 shots for Tormenta. 2 of them have been on target. For One Knoxville, shots have been hard to come by. Have yet to put a shot on target. 51-49 possession for Tormenta. And a single offside that was committed by One Knoxville. Our only card to Ryan Sierakowski of Tormenta FC. Tormenta, the defending champions, come in with 2 victories, 3 defeats. That 2-1 loss at Lexington over the weekend. Trying up here on the attack in the opening 45.
Number 10, Ilya Ilic. Number 9, Anika Salamani. And number 40, Sean O'Hearn.
And you get a look at Jake Keegan. He's been active tonight, but no real solid opportunities. He has 2 goals to his person here in 2023, and he gets us back underway here in Knoxville. Who can strike first and break this scoreless tie? Tormenta has multiple times looked like the team that was game to do it, but they have not been able to convert. So 3 substitutions at half for One Knoxville. Ilic, Salamani, O'Hearn have come on for One Knoxville. Waldeck across right off the top, and it'll be a One Knoxville corner. That's a good start. Salamani, Waldeck was trying to pick him out. Dangerous run. And Waldeck will handle the corner. One Knoxville wasting no time trying to look dangerous here. As Pablo Jara sorts out traffic in front of his goal. The veteran goalkeeper. Speaking of veterans, Derek Waldeck. Hand in the air, outswinger on the way. Laced that in, and a header is up and over. A bit off the mark from Jordan Skelton. But One Knoxville already looking as dangerous as it did at any point in the first half. This corner was whipped in. Skelton coming on late. Able to beat Akoto to the ball, but this was always heading skyward. Some room to operate here for One Knoxville. Here's Angelo Kelly. Kelly collects himself, distributes to Vanderplom. Chrysler. Tormenta's had good shape defensively all night long. Kelly able to play it down. Now Vanderplom trying to pick out a man in blue on the near post. punched out of play. It's going to be an attacking third throw-in for one Knoxville. Kelly feeds Vanderplow. Lobs it into the area. This is popped high into the air by Heckenberg. And finally rolls out of play. Throw-in to Tormenta. Corey sets up a foot race on that near touchline. Sierakowski unable to get there and then makes contact with the back heel of Jordan Skelton and is called for the foul. Bit clunky there from Ryan Sierakowski. Didn't mean to do it. He definitely caught Jordan Skelton's left heel. Skelton pops back up off the turf. Eighth minute, North Carolina FC and Chattanooga are scoreless. There's a long ball forward on the run. Waldeck puts his head into it. It's going to trickle wide. Waldeck didn't have a ton of options, so decided to try and get ambitious. Did not get a good head on it, though. What a rejuvenated one Knoxville side out of the locker room. This is the quickest that they've played at any point tonight. Punched forward, well played there by O'Hearn to keep a Jay off the ball, and then Akale is called for the foul. Kingsford to Jay, midfielder out of Ghana. This is his second year with Tormenta. 32 games last season, scored 7 times. He was 2022 MLS Super Draft selection by NYCFC. That was 56th overall. Has a ton of talent. And we mentioned it earlier, was part of the Des Moines Menace side that won the 2021 League Two Championship, coached by Mark McKeever, now the boss here at One Knoxville. Keegan on the move. Won that ball. Can he get to it before it rolls out of play? The answer is no. Couldn't turn the corner. Dalton Knutson cut off the angle. One Knoxville was supposed to wear their very striking orange kits here tonight, but Tormenta packed with them the wrong goalkeeper kits, and so instead Knoxville opted to wear their blues and Tormenta busted out the yellow goalkeeper kits. The goalkeeper kits for Tormenta they were supposed to wear are blue, so Knoxville said, all right, we'll dig into the laundry, get out our blues, and you can use the yellow goalkeeper kits. So no orange shirts tonight for One Knoxville. Exasperated Angelo Kelly called for the foul, the former Pittsburgh Riverhound. And Kelly is shown a card as well. The first One Knoxville player to end up in Nabil Bensala's book tonight. From the backside, and well, I can see why Angelo Kelly doesn't necessarily think he should have been shown a card. A bit harsh, but anytime you foul from behind, you're running the risk of finding the book of the head referee. Jay and Corey lurk around the ball for the defending USL League One champions. Now Jay's going to back off, and it looks like a delivery's upcoming. Ilya Illich stands in front of him, and Jay's delivery to the back post, and a tough, aggressive play from the goalkeeper. Lewis went up, made contact with Akoto, hung on to the ball. Akoto took the worst of it. Lewis had a right to that ball. Akoto was ridden into Lewis by Vanderplum, and Akoto still down on the turf. There was no ill intent there. Akoto just took a shot from Lewis, who was tracking it the entire way, and did well to hang on. Akoto writhing on this natural surface, waiting for a trainer to come out. Lewis was down for a moment and popped right back up. This is the second time we've seen Akoto take a knock here tonight. Everybody checking on the well-being of Akoto. It appears as if this post-knock conference has come to an end. Now Nabil Ben-Salah wants a few more words with Sean Lewis. 54th minute here in Knoxville. One Knoxville and Tormenta. 0-0. One Knoxville has come out of the locker room, looked like a much more proficient attacking side than we saw at any point in the opening 45 minutes. Very much on the front foot here at the onset of the half. And after all that, we're finally back underway. Kelly will do, headed forward, a shot from distance. Off the mark, but that had some heat on it. The newcomer to this match, Ahinga Selemani, with the windup. It was always heading wide, but at least made Hara think about it. Tormenta off the one Knoxville misplay. Ajay tries to head to the middle, puts it through the referee. Now Jackson Corey got his defender off balance, brings it back onto his left foot, into the middle, but it's put right into Lewis by Sierakowski. It's the third save for Sean Lewis tonight. There's a bit of traffic in front of Sierakowski, directed it right onto the keeper. Waldeck now for one Knoxville. So they look for an attacking response. Now Keegan. Keegan pushed to the ground, free kick coming. Akoto pushing Keegan to the turf. There's been a lot of action here. Still no goals to show for it, but a lot of action in this second half. This game's starting to get a little bit wide open. See what one Knoxville can organize here. See Selemani lined up at the top of the area. Came on as a second half substitution right at halftime. Both him, Ilya Illich, and Sean O'Hearn all assisting in the attack. Waldeck whips it into the box. Dangerous ball. It'll trickle outside the area. Kelly able to retrieve. Back heel. On to Kelly. That was Selemani drawing some oohs and ahs. And then this is headed away by Tormenta. But Ajay give it right back to Waldeck. Foot race. Waldeck has it. Waldeck heading towards the end line. Holds up play. Well done by Waldeck. When things have gone tonight for one Knoxville, he's been the reason why. Angelo Kelly, the Honduran, into the middle. O'Hearn mishandled for a moment, able to maintain possession. Chrysler pushes it back onto Kelly. Villalobos. Vanderplum will have wanted to do better with that touch. But able to corral it in the midfield is one Knoxville. This is swung on to the left. There's Waldeck. 1v1 against Akoto. Waldeck to his right foot. Got around it. Akoto into the area. Headed on. Selemani pushed it on to Hara. Not an opportunity to get much power on that from Selemani, but it is a shot on goal. Forcing Hara into a rare save tonight. Well, Lahinga Selemani has made an immediate impact as a substitute. This is his third appearance this season. Selemani, they try to pick him out again. He couldn't win it. With pressure on top of him from Preston Kilwine. Quick throw in. Selemani. Hooked on to Kelly. Let's push back on to Chrysler. Very organized football right now for One Knoxville as we approach the hour mark. It's blocked away. Chrysler has to retrieve, and he'll get Sean Lewis involved. Paco Craig leads Miami FC into Kentucky to face Josh Winder in the reigning Eastern Conference winners, Louisville City FC. Don't miss the start of the new season. The USL on ESPN Saturday, May 13th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. It's the USL on ESPN. One Knoxville aggressive to the ball. Illich unable to get to it before it is punched back on to Hara. And the pressure from One Knoxville forcing a mistake from Corey. Kelly, good ball to Illich. And he punched it towards goal. Hara comes up to play it on a hop. I believe Illich was trying to feed Jake Keegan, who was lurking on the back post, but chunked it right at the Tormenta keeper. Angelo Kelly much more involved in the attack for One Knoxville here in the second half. Back to work he goes. Villalobos. Waldeck, Akoto, and Ajay flank him. Tormenta's been broken down a bit defensively here in this second half to this point. Kelly misplays, and Tormenta able to thwart that pressure. An hour gone in this one. Ken Levicka with you from Knoxville, Tennessee, Regal Soccer Stadium. This long ball is going to be fed right to Hara. All 3 points still up for grabs here. Tormenta better opportunities in the first half. It's been One Knoxville that has looked more dangerous here in half number 2. 22nd minute, North Carolina FC Chattanooga also 0-0. Vanderplum, now Waldeck. Waldeck puts his head down, puts on some speed. Got around Akoto, sent him tumbling to the turf, but that's because there was a hand in the back. Crowd doesn't like it, but the referee says no, there was enough contact there. It was unnatural, and the defender was escorted to the ground. Take a look here. Waldeck. It looks like actually heels might have been caught up between Waldeck and Akoto. That was enough for the foul. Nothing Akoto could do. Don't think that he flopped there. That is a clear foul on Waldeck with feet touching. And One Knoxville right back to work. Villalobos. One Knoxville has been patient. This is touched on well. Illich tried to return it to Kelly. Not well done. Illich has it back. Can he atone? Pushes it back post. The only person there, Tormenta Zakoto. Wakale. Well done to pick on Corey. Corey, long, lanky, 1v1, dispossessed. Ilya Illich, former New Mexico United man. And a throw in for Tormenta. Got to think that Ian Cameron is starting to organize his Tormenta substitutions. There you got to look at Toby Otieno, who had a shot from 4 yards out in the opening half. Somehow Sean Lewis kick saved it away. What does Tormenta have here? A J. A deflected cross is the answer to that question. And it looks like we're going to have Mateus Cassini enter for Ian Cameron. And Makwele Akale will be the man who comes off. Meanwhile, Waldeck full speed up the far side. Soleimani and a foul. This is pushed to the middle. Now it's a race to the corner. Not a whole lot of racing because Waldeck knew that he was going to have the benefit of the throw-in. Waldeck throws it short. Here's Keegan battling in the corner. Finds Waldeck. Waldeck. Back post. Headed away. It was volleyed right on to the right foot of Vanderploum, but he launches it into the Knoxville sky. Dangerous ball, punched back just outside the area. Vanderploum decided to give it a go, but I was never destined for goal.
Tormenta substitution,
Vanderploum with a little
field
smirk.
Makwele Akale, entering number 10, Mateus Cassini.
Nick Akoto is down again for Tormenta. There we have the substitution I mentioned. Mateus Cassini, former forward Madison man, takes Makwele Akale out of the match. So there is Cassini. A native Brazilian. This is his first year with Tormenta. Cassini previously played in the first division of Bulgarian soccer, then came to the United States in 2021 and spent the year in Madison. Good turnout here tonight in Knoxville. Beautiful weather, why not? Part of this sprawling complex here at the University of Tennessee. This Regal Soccer Stadium complex, dedicated in 2007. It was built on the site of the former Tennessee Soccer Complex, which has been here since 1996. Keegan had that blasted into his face and won possession back. Waldeck. And Kelly's foul. Man, Waldeck is a pest tonight. He has given Tormenta some problems. Constantly active. One Knoxville has made 3 substitutions, all of them coming at halftime. Tormenta just made its first, bringing Cassini on. Soleimani, O'Hearn, and Illich, the 3 substitutions for one Knoxville. Villalobos, a quick discussion with Waldeck. And Villalobos will whip in a right-footed delivery. Sent back out of the box. And then Kelly thought that Keegan was going to make a run, but way too much power off of Kelly to pick out anybody. The Chilean, Pablo Jara, hasn't been overly busy tonight, though in this second half he was had to spend significant time organizing his defense. Tormenta came into tonight allowing more goals than any other side in USL League One. 8 of them. Now keep in mind, Tormenta has also played more matches than more than half of the league. This is the 6th match of this 2023 campaign for the champs. Came into tonight, did Tormenta, leading USL League One in passes, 2nd in accuracy. No Keziah Sterling, no Jake Dangler, 2 USL League One all second team selections from 2022. Injuries have really hurt Ian Cameron's team in the early part of the year. Vanderplom takes a ride to the turf. He's a bit hobbled as he gets up. 70th minute, still scoreless. One Knoxville doesn't have a shot on target here in the second half. One Knoxville has 1 shot on target for the match. What a spectacular effort! What a goal! Tormenta's Matheus Cassini from an impossible angle. That came out of nowhere. 1-0 to the champions. How did he do that? Sean Lewis certainly wasn't expecting Cassini to wind it up short range, almost even with the end line. That is magnificent. Long ball, Cassini on the chase. How did he beat Lewis? Beat Skelton to the ball and said to himself, why not? Tormenta, who has had nothing on the attack in the second half, scores in the 70th minute with a bit of brilliance from Matheus Cassini. That is highlight reel stuff. And we're going to have a card. Vanderplom, he's shown a yellow.
Number 6, Jesse Vanderplom.
So Matheus Cassini with his first goal in a Tormenta shirt. There you see Vanderplom coming over the top of Cassini, right in front of our referee. Matheus Cassini making Ian Cameron look absolutely brilliant. Not that he is not brilliant, documented, but reinforcing Ian Cameron's brilliance. Scores just 3.5 minutes after coming on. There's a high boot against a J. Now one Knoxville is going to have to start operating with a bit of urgency. Tormenta was very much on the front foot in the opening half. been one Knoxville in the second half, but Tormenta finds the goal, and here's a turnover. Corey trying to throw it into the middle. It's turned right back over. Can one Knoxville got it out of their defensive third? They do. Can they get it out of their defensive half? They do. Vanderploum pushes it on to Kelly. Kelly has looked dangerous here in half number 2. Step over. Oh, that's a spectacular delivery, and Selemani couldn't get a foot on it. The goal was wide open. Ian Cameron's going to go back to his bench again. Andrew Akindele will get Kingsford a J. Defensive substitutions now. What a beautiful ball from Kelly. And just out of the reach of Selemani, who was there and could not get his left boot on it. That would have been a tap-in equalizer. Desperation time for the hosts, and that is dangerous. Kelly upends the keeper, and that is going to upset Tormenta players. Here we go, pushing and shoving. It's getting physical here. Kelly's teammates trying to separate Tormenta players from Kelly. Nick Akoto has got to be calmed down. Hara was sent head over heels. Akoto has got to calm down. He was trying to amplify the situation, and his teammates came over to finally extinguish the temper he was bringing to the proceedings. It was not purposeful, but it was also reckless from Angelo Kelly. Kilwine pats Kelly's head, says everything's cool. Kelly still pleading his case, and now Derek Waldeck's going to come over and say, hey, it's best that you remove yourself from this situation. Pablo Hara got flipped in midair. So 76th minute here, 1-0 Tormenta. Hara still being worked on. He's sitting up now. That brings applause from this crowd here in Tennessee. Mateus Cassini's 70th minute goal. Shortly after coming on as a substitute, that is the difference in this one. Tormenta 1, Knoxville 0. It appears as if Hara is being put through typical protocols for assessment of a head injury. Kelly's been shown a second yellow, and he has been sent off. A red to Angelo Kelly. 1 Knoxville is down to 10 men. Emil Benzela saying, I can't just let that go.
Resulting in a red card.
And the second yellow means it's good night to Angelo Kelly, who trudges off frustrated. And that is going to make this path even more difficult for 1 Knoxville here in the remaining 15 minutes or so. Hara still being tended to. TJ Bush is the goalkeeper available off the bench for Tormenta. He was the starting goalkeeper in the 2-1 loss at Lexington over the weekend, last weekend. So if you're just joining us, Angelo Kelly has been sent off with a second yellow after a violent collision with Tormenta goalkeeper Pablo Jara. One Knoxville is down to 10 men. And after all that, it looks like Pablo Jara is going to stay in this match. Jara gives a thumbs up. I think Jara is going to be taken off, it appears. So TJ Bush will come on for Jara. Former Seattle Sounders man taken in the MLS Super Draft 2021. So off comes Jara, on comes Bush. Jara thought he was staying on for a moment, it appeared. Ian Cameron said no. One Knoxville player is coming over to make sure Jara is okay. Great sportsmanship. Here you'll see the collision. Kelly comes on, couldn't stop himself before Jara came up to make a play on the ball. And so here comes TJ Bush. Now obviously anytime you see your goalkeeper get flipped in the air like that, it is going to anger teammates. And so we saw Nick Ikoto and several teammates come over to try and
also entering the field for one Knoxville, number
30, get themselves into the face of Angelo Kelly, and again, just looking out for their guy. But I don't think there was anything purposeful for that, and if Kelly was not on a yellow already, he would not have been sent off. So we're back underway, 1-0 Tormenta. So one Knoxville seeking a goal to equalize, down a man after the second yellow for Angelo Kelly following his collision with Pablo Jara. TJ Bush is on for Tormenta in goal. O'Hearn sends this long. Linehose, who just came on. Linehose in the box. That's deflected. Did it go across the line? Did it go across the line? The referee says play on. Oh, that trickled along the goal line as Linehose, who just came on, nearly found the back of the net. One Knoxville player's pleading with the referee. TJ Bush had problems with that ball. And now Illich is telling the referee, hey, I think that went across. Let's take another look at this. Jan-Erik Linehose, and did that ball go out of play before he got to that point? It goes off of the keeper, and boy, is that close. Boy, is that close, and you cannot tell. There's no VAR here in USL League One, so we're never going to know. The entire ball has to get across the goal line. How about that? Jan-Erik Linehose, who literally came in a minute ago, nearly found his way into the back of the net against the goalkeeper, TJ Bush, who came in 2 minutes ago for Tormenta. We nearly had our equalizer. What a wild second half this has become. Akindele was on the turf. Looks like he's okay now. Tormenta's second half substitute. Akindele was in the starting 11 in the loss at Lexington.
Entering the field for Tormenta, number 12, Deshaun Nembart.
Deshaun Nembart will get Nick Ikoto off. Ikoto is taking quite a beating at times tonight.
Also entering number 17, Elijah
Amo. We'll see action. Amo actually on for a Kodo, and it is Nembhard who takes Preston Kilwine off. 1 Knoxville down to 10 men, nearly equalized moments ago. Some hesitancy from the backup goalkeeper now in the game for Tormenta, TJ Bush, and it almost cost the visitors. Tormenta trying to see this through and atone for a road loss at Lexington last Saturday. Amo. Oh, a misplay. Illich was on it. It's headed away by Bush. Tormenta is cracking right now. And 1 Knoxville back on the ball. A bit of a respite as Otieno was at least able to send it into the 1 Knoxville defensive half. But some unsure moments for the champs. Illich on Villalobos. O'Hearn whips in a low cross. And a handball in the box on Linos. Boy, this has been a bit shaky for Tormenta. Amo, his first touch, coming on as a substitute, and he nearly fed it right to 1 Knoxville in the box. TJ Bush had to come up and punch it away. This last 6 minutes, and I'm assuming significant stoppage time, is going to feel like an eternity to Tormenta. 1 Knoxville's down to 10 men. Angelo Kelly, a second yellow on a foul that knocked Pablo Jara, the starting goalkeeper for Tormenta, out of the match. Matt Vowinkle is loosening up along the touchline for 1 Knoxville. See who he comes on for. Likely want to keep Jake Keegan in the game, and he will. It'll be Ahinga Selemani, a second half substitute, who appears as if he's going to come off in favor of Vowinkle. 1 Knoxville with the throw in. So here comes the substitution. Matt Vowinkle will make his second appearance of the season.
Entering the field for 1 Knoxville in the 86th minute.
And Derek Waldeck is actually
Number 21, Matthew Vowinkle.
the player that'll come off for 1
Exiting number
Knoxville.
18, Derek Waldeck.
So all hands on deck on the attack. 1 man short for 1 Knoxville. That's launched into the corner. Kevin Hewitt says throw in to Tormenta. Right now the difference, a 70th minute spectacular, impossible angle goal from Matthias Cassini, who had just come on as a substitute. Rewarded for his hustle, out-racing Jordan Skelton for a long ball. And from along the end line, just decided to rip it with a left foot and beat Sean Lewis, top of the net. Tucked it right under the crossbar. One Knoxville preparing more substitutions. O'Hearn, Selemani, left-footed delivery, headed up into the air. Looked like for a moment it might fall to Vowinkle, but Tormenta able to clear it out, and now it's off to the races. Perhaps something developing here. Can Tormenta make it 2? Low cross to the middle, and they do! Jackson Corey has finished this one off. Jackson Curry, another tally, and Tormenta will pick up all 3 points. On the counter, And it was perfect.
In the 88th minute by the number 11, Jackson and Foodie.
The Australian does indeed make it 2.
Entering the field for Wood Knoxville, the number 19.
A lovely layoff to the middle of the box by Cassini, and Corey leaves no doubt. Cassini, the second half substitute, in line for the man of the match with a goal and an assist. Corey may end up being on the USL League One Team of the Week for a 3rd straight week. Cassini almost assuredly there. And it has been a nervy, uneven second half for Tormenta, yet they found the back of the net twice, are in line for the victory. Akindele, he's fouled. Linehouse, who nearly had the equalizer about 6 minutes ago.
Signed jersey giveaway is Carrie Bowman. Congrats, Carrie Bowman. Please head over to the KUB Fiber tent to pick up your swag.
Seba Andreasen has come on for One Knoxville. We're in the 90th minute, anticipating a good chunk of stoppage time. We have no indication yet, however, from our 4th official, Sarah Gaddis, just how much we're facing. Bowinkle can't get to it. And as we suspected, a heavy bit of stoppage time. We're going to have 7 additional minutes. So all not lost yet for One Knoxville. That said, down to 10 men and down 2 goals. This would be one heck of an effort for the home side.
The 4th official has indicated a minimum of 7 minutes of second half.
So strap it down. We've still got plenty of football left here as we embark on a 7-minute stoppage time journey. This is hooked forward, but one back by Tormenta, and then a foul. Heckenberg colliding with Andreasen. Linos. Now Selemani. Selemani on the turn. Defended tightly. That delivery is blocked away. One back by Chrysler. The referee blows the play dead, much to the dismay of the One Knoxville fans. Plays restarted. Chrysler. Villalobos. Up to the edge of the area, into space. Selemani, can he get there? The answer is no. Sirakowski for Tormenta. As we approach the 2nd minute of 7 minutes minimum stoppage time. Tormenta fell at Lexington 2-1 on Saturday. Tonight in the driver's seat. The attack has not been nearly as dangerous looking for the entirety of the second half compared to the opening 45, but it's been more effective. Goals for Cassini and Corey. Corey's goal set up by Cassini on the counter. Some tired legs out there now. One Knoxville has gone deep into the bench. Four substitutions for Tormenta in this second half. Free kick coming for one Knoxville. Mason baited into a foul by Andreasen. Villalobos comes over to handle the free kick duties. Ten men for Knoxville. That's been the case since the 76th minute when Angelo Kelly was sent off with the second yellow. Villalobos. Can they pull one back? Not there. And that is blasted right at Bush off of the left foot of Linos. TJ Bush, the second goalkeeper on the night for Tormenta. On that yellow I mentioned, the second yellow for Angelo Kelly. It was a collision with Pablo Jara that sent him flipping through the air and forced him out of this match. And he was up on 2 feet, had good balance. Thought he was staying in the match. Ian Cameron told him no. You've seen enough excitement for the night. And the flag is up. Corey is offside. We're down to 3 minutes or so remaining in this one. That Jara collision with Kelly is what accounts for the vast majority of the 7 minutes that were placed on to the end of this one. Long ball in chase, headed down. Linos couldn't get a foot on it. And Sierakowski head back the other way. Tormenta simply just wants to eat up some of the clock here. Amo. Corey looks a bit heavy-legged right now. Tormenta has, in the second half at times, defended its tail off. It's been a professional effort from the champions. Perhaps looking for more. Heckenberg. And that sails by Sierakowski. So Tormenta, if all holds here, and it would be pretty miraculous if one Knoxville could pull a point out, Tormenta would be, at least temporarily, top of the USL League One table. Though North Carolina has just taken the lead. So in real time, North Carolina sits top of table with 10 points. Tormenta sits second, one behind with all three in the bag, 9. Even with Charlotte Independence, who entered the evening top of the table. It's North Carolina 1, Chattanooga 0. So North Carolina has top of the table honors. Tormenta, though, is about to pull off victory number 3 on the year. 3 in 6. Three losses, but still second in the table. This is a professional outfit that knows how to win, rack up victories. Had 12 of them a year ago in a championship season. 15 if you want to count the playoffs. There's the final whistle. Nabil Bensala says we are done. Tormenta, 2 second half goals. Cassini and Corey And Tormenta on the road, able to find all 3 points in a 2-0 victory over One Knoxville. The hero off the bench for Tormenta, Mateus Cassini, entered about midway through the second half, and he immediately went to work with a remarkable angled goal near the end line. It surprised the One Knoxville goalkeeper, Sean Lewis. Tucked underneath the crossbar, Cassini with the goal, and then later on in the second half, Cassini would help ice it away with an assist on the counter, feeding Jackson Corey for the second. And that's all Tormenta needed. Tormenta 2, One Knoxville 0. That's your final. We will start the postgame after this. This is USL League One on ESPN+.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Full time in Knoxville. South Georgia Tormenta 2, One Knoxville 0. Tormenta able to pull through in the second half. Mateus Cassini with a goal and an assist. Jackson Corey, the Australian, 3 goals in 3 matches. And Tormenta picks up the road win that they were unable to corral Saturday at Lexington. Let's go through our full-time highlights. And here is the goal from Cassini. Look at the hustle, look at the angle, look at the goal. That's going to be one of the finest this season. The celebration was on in the 70th minute. The frustration from Sean Lewis. He can't believe Cassini had the audacity to attempt that shot. And it was Tormenta on top, 1-0 at that moment. So Cassini, who had just come in as a substitute, able to break the scoreless tie. Here's another look at it. The long ball. Cassini seemingly came out of nowhere. Able to blast it underneath the crossbar. Then, just 6 minutes later, an awkward landing, head over heels. Pablo O'Hara in a collision with Angelo Kelly. Tempers flared. Kelly shown his second yellow of the night, given the red, and One Knoxville was down to 10 men. Then Tormenta iced things away on the counter. Cassini, Jackson Corey. All he does is score goals. His third, that made it 2-0 Tormenta. And that third Corey goal of the year made it 3 points in the table for now second place Tormenta. CGI full-time numbers. 10 shots for Tormenta, 5 on target. Knoxville's efficiency continues to struggle. 8 shots, only 1 found the target. 56-44 in possession for One Knoxville. 2 yellows, both to Kelly, who was given a red. And it was 2-0 Tormenta with the victory. That'll do it for this Friday night football at the University of Tennessee's Regal Soccer Stadium. Want to thank Brady Kajawa and all of the fine work done by the production staff tonight. Tormenta, the defending champion, show resolve in the second half. Pick up the victory. I'm Ken Levicka saying good night to you from Knoxville. Tormenta 2, 1 Knoxville 0. This has been USL League One on ESPN+. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.